Welcome to GamePlayers Podcast, Episode 7. We're doing some different things this time, but normal talk, conversations.
I will say the format of the podcast is changing now. We're going to do this podcast. We're going to talk about the store happenings, trades, whatever, store stuff, news, gaming stuff here. Then we're going to start a review exclusively just the movie reviews as their own separate thing. That way, you know, if you want to watch this, watch this. If you just want the review, watch that. And then, you know, they're separate and everything. Or for audio listeners, I think strictly the podcast is going to stay audio.
It's audio viewers.
Audio viewers and
Visual listeners.
Video listeners. For that, it's going to stay podcast. It's going to stay podcast, and then the new thing for the reviews is going to be visual only.
Yeah, you can still watch both on YouTube.
Oh, yeah, and you can just have it in the background.
Yep.
Yeah, realistically.
Yeah, and then there'll be more than just those two in the future. That's
more coming.
A lot.
Give me some time. Give us some time, and then we'll get you more stuff.
Yeah, I also think we should keep highlighting the date for these podcasts from here on out. I know we should have talked about this off camera, but April 12th. So that viewers know when we're actually filming
recording?
it.
I guess, yeah.
Actually,
April
it's
13th.
April 13th.
Tricked ya.
April Fools.
Yeah, that is the current filming date. Eventually, I would like to get it so that we have... it gets closer so we can be more relevant with what's new and current with news. But until everything's figured out.
Which it's...
Or about 4 weeks. Month schedule.
Yeah, that's okay.
Oh,
Things
also
happen.
the podcast is going to be less frequent, right? It's going to be monthly?
We'll figure that out. Depends if we can film 2 sessions in one.
Yeah, it's going to depend, I guess, on everything and how everything goes. Might be a little bit less, but you get more stuff
In between,
yeah.
hopefully. Yeah, because realistically, news is the same every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Trades are the same. Like, I know we're going to quickly highlight it, but they're the same every single time.
I mean,
Hold on. I was going to say, in terms of card trades this past week, we had probably one of the biggest we've had in a while. I mean, that one was...
I mean, they've been... there's the one big one that you guys got, which I only came here the next day. And all these cards, and I was like, oh.
So, that's what we kind of do. At 8 o'clock, we'll post, and then the next day, surprise
to whoever's opening.
Yeah, if I don't check Facebook and Instagram, no clue.
That's why I always check Facebook and Instagram.
That's fair,
like a good employee.
Sometimes I just, I don't think that's going to happen where I have like a stack of 50 cards of each.
Expect it every day.
Every day? I'll start checking every day now. No more shockers.
No. But, I mean, those card trades are great.
We got another GameCube collection that came recently.
Yes.
That you got. And then there's been a decent amount of trickling. You guys got Pokemon games yesterday.
Oh yeah, no, we got. I think it was mainly just Switch games was what we got, as well as we got some of the 3DS games in as well.
Yeah, a little bit of the newer ones, not like the original ones or anything like that. But
no, I haven't. I don't think I've seen any of the Game Boy era ones in quite a while.
I've changed a lot of batteries in ones recently.
I know, yeah, that's right. You had 6 of them back to back.
Yeah, I had a stack of them, but I haven't had actually people trading them in recently. But I mean, it'll happen again, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, it's nice to actually get trades. A lot of good trades.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I feel like there's way more coming in than we can process.
Oh, there's a big pile.
That's why
I was going to say, we have a whole pile, bins full at this point.
If you see that the pictures are becoming slightly less frequently, but also there's way more in them, that's because we get a lot in all at once and it just takes a little bit while to process. Then we process it all at once and then post.
Yes, same with cards.
Mm-hmm.
Cards are going to be harder to do. I know you and I made the executive decision to run a card trade through the machine.
Yes, for the first time.
Yu-Gi-Oh!
We took the cards in and then told them that we'd get back to them the following week. And then, so we had a little bit more time than just trying to what cards are good, what cards aren't. So we actually were able to put the bulk. It was with a Yu-Gi-Oh trade, and with a Yu-Gi-Oh,
it's hard.
It's a lot harder because they all look the same. Like,
and the digit is like this.
Oh yeah,
you can't see it on the camera, but
the identifying digits are so tiny.
The little tiny digits on there. There's no set symbols or anything. It's just that tells you what set it's from, and it makes it nearly impossible to tell at a glance.
Mm-hmm.
You have to either memorize the different ones that are like early on because those are the only ones that are really valuable, or you look it up and then try to find that one, even though they all visually look the same except for that little code.
Especially if you get any of them from what is it? It's the quarter century bonanza.
That
those
was
ones,
more
the
recent,
hollow on that. You literally have to like cover it from the light, otherwise you cannot see what the title of the card is.
That's fair. There's also like with those because normally with the Yu-Gi-Oh set they have different codes for different rarities in the same set.
Yes.
Oh.
Yep.
With quarter century like Bonanza, they all have the same code, and then you just gotta have to figure out what the rarity is.
Yeah.
Which there's like I want to say 10 different types of rarity in Yu-Gi-Oh. I don't know.
I didn't look. I have not investigated into
ultra
that.
super prismatic. There's like
oh my god.
I'll have a list here.
Oh jeez.
Sorry, Alderman. I'll have a list here for you to see. And maybe I'll put it in the description for you podcast people. But for all you audio listeners.
He does
audio watchers.
Audio watchers, video listeners. Sorry. I'll remember. But yeah, there's a lot. It's too many.
Yeah. And so I think based off of that, it was perfect timing for that second card machine to show up, and we'll use that as our bulk trades in the future. It actually helps out the customer because now we can give a better value.
I would say bulk trades for the particularly penny, like the modern stuff is easy. It is all penny cards. Like, without like there's probably one or two cards that are like competitive or something like that, and then it'll be like a 10-cent, 25-cent card, something like that. But few and far between. Most of commons, non-commons are going to be that. Even a lot of reverse hollows, honestly.
Yeah, I know. I'll see that. I mean, but some of the trades we've gotten in lately have had a lot of the good old like reverse hollows where those are coming in at like $1 or so.
Yeah, no, old reverse hollows in decent shape, not like.
Oh yeah, no, I know. Most of them, unfortunately, the old reverse hollows they're so prone to just being riddled with scratches.
People play them and then they rub up on each other, and then it's expected. It's old. People play with them.
But no, it was really nice, that massive trade that me and Patrick were working on earlier this week. I think it was Tuesday or Wednesday, something like that. That one, it was just so cool because there were so many cards that I was just like, oh, this is just so cool to look at. That's the one nice thing about card trades is getting to look at all the cool, expensive cards and be like, I can't believe I'm actually getting to hold this in my hands and I'm seeing this in person, when it's like normally, if I were just a customer, it's like, oh yeah, I'd only ever be able to see, you only ever see these things online. You don't get to see them in person. Yeah,
no, definitely. It's very interesting seeing ones that like more recently, because we've been getting older stuff. I've been seeing stuff I haven't ever seen. I'm like, wait, this exists, or like I don't know, like I just never thought I would see these cards. And that's always cool because with the newer stuff, like, I don't see everything from the newer sets, but I generally see a lot of it, or at least most of the art rares and everything from a new set. At least someone thinking about trading it and they show it to us. With the older stuff, there's so much that exists that I've never even seen.
Exactly. Like there was, this was like, I think almost a month ago now, I got in, it was unfortunately it was damaged, but it was this old Trico card. They had a gold star. I was like, because the guy who traded in, he was like, he's like, of all the ones I saw, this was the one that, looked to be something. And I was looking at it, I was like, it's a Trico, and it's like hollow or reverse hollow, whatever it was. I was like, I don't think it's going to be that much. And then from what I was seeing, it was going for like almost $1,000 if it was in good condition. But I think that one we ended up selling for like $300 or something because of because it was damaged.
I didn't even get to see it actually.
That's right. Yeah, it was like gone the following day.
Before I even got to work, I just saw people. I had people coming in and asking about it.
Yep.
Like, do you sell that? And I was like, what card?
Mm-hmm. Happens a lot with those.
Yeah, no, cards, and happens with games a lot too. Is we get a lot of like heavy hitters that then go real quick.
I know, right?
And it's like it's always sad with one in particular that I've been having a lot recently of is people looking for Simpsons Hit and Run.
Yes, yeah.
It's been very recent that I've had like 10 different people like ask me about it, and we got like 2 or 3 copies in the past like couple months.
I know. Well, yeah, it's really been like the past couple of weeks where I think we've had the GameCube version a couple times, and of course that's I was gonna say, and that's the one that not everybody, most people usually like when they find out we have it. That's the one they go nuts for.
Yeah.
Usually PS2 not as much, and definitely not as much with Xbox.
I would say the Xbox one I've never had anyone looking for.
I think I had one customer.
But no, there's one regular that I think was looking for it. I think they got it.
Yeah, no, they did. Yeah, they did.
And then the PS2 one, pretty much just as popular as the GameCube one. And a lot of time I have people asking, "You have the PS2 or GameCube one?"
Oh yeah, that's true.
And then they will pick up one if we have it, and if we don't, then it's better luck next time. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Hopefully it comes in again.
They always do.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's the thing is they always do. It's just
Wow.
that one's the one you hold on to generally as like a person. That's one you're gonna replay or like beat every single thing in it and do all the stuff you can possibly.
Oh
do.
yeah, or you just hold on to it and watch the value just.
Or
keep
yeah, if
going
you,
up.
I would say people with the GameCube one, you'll see that keep going up. PS2 one, less so.
Yeah.
It's definitely more of it's valuable because people just want to play that.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Good. I don't think there's anything else with trades.
With trades, not that I can think of. There's just been a lot of stuff all the time.
Yeah. I mean, to follow up just quickly with trades, I'm going to skip a topic and we're just going to go to the warehouse update. With those pictures, like you said, there's a lot of mixed in stuff, which we knew would happen. You go to the warehouse, find boxes, we bring it to the store, and look at all the games that we found now.
Yeah, we finally we got about 25 shelves built.
25 out of 50 built so far.
So we are now starting to check the store with our old inventory that's all in backlog boxes of
Comic
book boxes. And then we're checking those in store, and then you'll see a lot more comments are coming in recently that are just filling out sections because they were just
We're just
backstock.
fighting them, yeah.
And then once that's done, we should have everything that we have should be actually out in the store. And then from there, we'll just restock from backstock.
Mm-hmm.
But we're not quite there yet. I want to say we've gone through
Again,
10
10 boxes so far.
Yeah.
Which is about almost 1,000 games. I know it doesn't seem like it, but
No, it seems like when I'm going through stacks and stacks of Connected Adventures and stuff, but I feel that it's a lot of games.
Yep. Just doesn't look like it. Especially in the warehouse, it looks empty still.
Well, it looks so empty because like maybe we'll just have a picture real quick.
Sure.
But it's so sparse because it's like the A's, and then we space it out like a shelf or two, B's, and then and we've only done so much of the certain consoles, but a little bit from a lot of consoles adds up to a lot of games.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We'll get there.
Yeah.
And then we'll show everyone once it's done.
Yeah. I can't wait until get actually everything full one day.
We'll do a warehouse.
I don't think that will
tour.
happen for a while because I even think if we stock everything we have right now, we'll have a little bit extra room. I don't think we're gonna have full. I don't know. Maybe.
Oh no,
you think it's gonna be full?
Yeah.
I think fair enough with Atari and stuff like that.
Genesis and N64 and Super Nintendo and NES and the PlayStation. Like it's a lot.
I kind of forget about all the cartridge-based stuff.
No, fair enough.
All the ones hiding under the Flago cabinet that we have forgotten about.
Oh, those I think are mostly Japanese.
Those are Japanese
so
ones,
I think we
which
should
I
be
feel
okay.
like we should. this is just the thinking out loud. Are we gonna have a separate section from the like a Japanese
Yes, I
back
got it.
stock? Yeah.
Good. Okay. I was
Because I was gonna say that's
make
gonna
it
get
so much
confusing
easier.
to like find certain games if they're like Japanese mixed in with American.
Yeah.
Especially 64.
Well, I was about to say we'll
Silence.
probably want to do the same thing with PAL, I'd imagine, or that one just.
Yeah, but we don't get many PAL games.
I know. I'm just saying.
But it'll just go at the end of Japanese or something like that. Probably.
Yeah, probably.
There's probably like 5. Most of them are in
That's what I was
stores.
gonna say. I just put the PAL games at the end of the Japanese sections, anyways.
Yeah.
I just.
With like PS4 and stuff like that. I'll
Oh,
just
yeah, it
admit
doesn't
because
matter.
Who cares?
Mhm.
9 out of 10 times you can play in English. Once in a blue moon, there's like we'll get like a German one or something like that, and it's German, and that's it. But that's the only other language I really see for European ones.
Yeah. That's about it for the warehouse kind of discussion.
Yeah, I mean the studio. I mean you can see.
Somewhat. It's the same as last
It's
time.
the same as last time to some extent. I think I added that. I think there might be.
Well, like we just talked about, we'll put shelves there.
We're gonna put shelves.
Once I get more
back.
shelves in, and then we'll start putting what we're reviewing or what we played and keep the. Yeah.
Yeah, there's gonna be more of that. But you might notice a visual improvement. That all of our individual cameras are the same camera as our wide shot, where we actually have nice cameras for everything, rather than.
Daddy bought you 3 cameras.
Yeah, I'm excited about the cameras. I just spent about an hour beforehand just setting them up, and I think they're gonna look real.
Oh,
good
yeah.
on each of us.
Yeah, no, it's
Yeah.
good.
Very excited about that. I'm just improvements. Mainly, it's going to be decorations from here on out for
Yes.
the most part.
A little
There's
bit
not
of
much
sound, but
you're
I doubt
going to notice other than just the studio style
Yep.
changing.
Yeah, that's about it for that. Then so I'm just gonna quickly. You don't know about this. Brendan knows about this.
What?
So I am actively buying collections all the time. The GameCube.
Oh, you didn't
I
tell
knew-
him
I
about
knew
the
you were
one
like-
from yesterday. You didn't even realize that you bought.
Yeah.
Ooh, what?
Whoops.
Whoops.
Okay.
Yeah. So I just bought a 112 Amiibo collection.
Oh, okay. I mean, that's a
We'll
solid
show
thing.
it because should be here before this goes out.
Actually, this is where I've been putting the pictures for White
Oh,
Shot.
that's
What, like
true.
here?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, like you just said earlier, I'm buying collections, and that one was an accident. But okay, well, it's coming now.
Yeah, no, you can't, yeah,
I mean-
because he came over to me yesterday. He was like, "Oh, I'm about to show you something." I was like, "No, you didn't just buy another GameCube collection, did you?"
That's what I thought
And
you
then
were
I
gonna
see
say.
him logging into eBay, and then all of a sudden he's like, "Here it is," and I'm just like, "Oh my god!"
Yeah.
It looked pretty.
It did.
I
mean,
saw a buying collection on the whiteboard, and I knew something was gonna be. I thought it was GameCube, just like you. But yeah, no, I'm glad we get Amiibos. I mean,
they've
We need
been
'em.
selling like crazy every
Anytime-
time we get them.
we have a couple stragglers that get left behind, but
Usually
Normally-
it's like the really, well, not even really the expensive ones, aside
No,
from that Link one.
it's just like random ones that people aren't looking for at the moment. But what's kind of funny is you get the Amiibo pictures when we get the new ones in, and then people find the old ones are there, and then buy them.
Yeah.
Because they're looking
Yep.
for them, they just don't know that we have them until we post pictures.
Yep.
Which we just don't get individual Amiibos very often.
So that one,
Maybe we got Dark Samus recently. That was cool.
and that was gone.
And
And
a couple other ones actually,
Yeah.
but they go quick.
But yeah, so we'll get that hopefully later this week. And as always, I'm buying more collections as I go.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I know. Freaking Daddy Warbucks over here.
Gotta keep it stocked.
Yeah, I know.
Honestly.
Well, it helps. I mean, yeah, because Amiibos, I pretty much almost every day I get asked, "Hey, could I grab something out of the Amiibo cabinet?"
Mm.
Yeah. So those are just highlight the top 5 that I'm always looking for: GameCube, Switch, Wii, and then either PS2 or 360. Those are tied. And the last one is always Amiibos now.
I think
If I didn't say that, but like,
at least with the Wii, like they always leave whenever we get like the Mario titles because
Yeah.
families are always looking for those. And some collectors, but mainly families are looking for all the Mario titles. But at least we see them come in.
Oh yeah, they come in like Mario Kart Wii. I think we've consistently had come in and out of the store at least a couple times.
Yeah, I've actually
past few weeks.
A decent amount of people I've been able to actually get Mario Kart when they ask, "Do you have Mario Kart?" Which is always, I always like when it's like that, and not just say, "No, I sadly do not have that right now."
Yeah,
and it's just like I had to be like,
Depressed.
yeah, a little bit.
Depressed little boy. No, I don't. I'm a game store and I don't have
Yeah,
it. I'm sorry.
I feel like I don't know, especially when it's something like Mario Kart. Like, yeah, I should have that, but
Wow.
I don't because.
But it sells. That's
Yeah,
the thing,
I can
is
keep it in stock.
I can't keep it in stock.
There will be a day, hopefully.
Hopefully, I mean, I think there will be. It's just going to be a while, probably.
Yes.
And the one thing is because with other stores or whatever, a lot of they'll like price up their games so that they don't sell.
And if they do sell, then they make that extra
And they
money.
make that extra money
But
from
that's
it.
a whole different conversation.
Yeah.
No, fair enough. But because we actually have like based around price trading prices, like reasonable prices, like you can go on the internet and then at best case scenario, it's the same price, but here it's in person. Like
That instant gratification.
yeah, no, fair. And also just feels better to find something in the wild than to just buy it online. Like when I'm looking around game stores, I'll pay a couple extra dollars. Here, I don't really have to, but
Oh,
like,
thank you. Jeez.
no, I'm just saying.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just saying, like,
Yikes.
I'll go out and I'll hunt game stores. You know, I've been to like the one in LA, which was very disappointing.
Yes.
And a lot of the time they'll be more expensive, especially city ones.
Oh yeah, no,
City
because they
ones are-
can get away with it. Like New York City, I know
Yeah.
I get people telling me all the time that they just upcharge everything, especially if it's a Mario title. Immediately, it's way too expensive.
Yeah, the only thing I ended up picking up from the one in LA was the Silent Hill. Actually, these guys. I got those in LA. The two Silent Hill figures.
Wait.
Oh.
So,
I didn't get any games.
I was going to say, you went to a
overpriced.
video game store and you walked out with statues.
Yeah, well, they're not statues. They're
Figurines.
are the action figures essentially. Yeah. No, they're solid. They were. I'm one of those guys that has price charting. I open up my phone and I'm price checking everything in a store, especially when it's my early times going to a store. And I was price charting everything in their store. Everything was overpriced, and the few things that weren't, I just wasn't interested. Like regular games would be not. I don't think.
Yeah.
But, yeah. And you remember me shopping here? I used to.
Yeah.
He was that person.
I was that guy walking around the store with my
See,
phone.
I
just
wouldn't
price
do
checking.
that all the time. I would do that on a couple of them.
Oh, no,
Yeah,
he had it
here
open
and
up.
there.
and
No,
stuff.
I know.
I know you
Every
did.
single game,
You
I would
told me
check.
that. Yeah.
I mean, and they were reasonably priced, but I don't know. I was always like trying to get the best bang for my buck. I would check Goodwill too. I would always. I still do
at
that,
Goodwill,
actually.
I'll do that too. Yeah. I mean, usually they're well under, but there's a couple. No.
No,
Or-
at least when I'm looking at like the 360 games,
I was
they're
gonna say.
almost always like the same price or a little bit more. Because
Oh.
they always have like sports games, and they'll be like $6-7, and they'll be like a $3 or $4 game. At least most of the time. When they have like the bigger titles, they'll be a little bit undercut, but like also you should be pricing those also at like $5-6, I believe. This is my opinion. If
I
you're
know
gonna-
it's almost like when you get the stuff for free.
You should price it low.
Price it low. Yeah.
yeah, you'd think, but they just.
I don't even want to bite
I
into
know
that
it's a whole
topic.
can of worms.
I found out
Wow.
recently they check online.
Yeah,
like,
no,
I didn't
know
know
they've
that they
been
did
doing
that. I thought that they just based off of
been
gut
doing
feeling.
No, they've
No.
been doing that for a
It's so-
long time.
Like 5 years now.
I don't
Well,
know how I feel
there
about
was a
that.
time, so recently at the one that was nearby here, they now no longer are. Cheyenne and I discovered this like a month or two ago, that they sometimes when you go in there and there's nothing, you see nothing on the shelf. It's because now they can no longer price stuff at that location. They have to do it at a main center, and then they distribute everything out to everybody.
I guess that's better because that way they're more consistent across like going Goodwill to Goodwill, but also it's a little bit like I wonder which one's actually better for the consumer.
Yeah.
I guess it probably depends store to store, honestly. Because some stores probably price it low, some stores
And it's
price it
probably
low.
also too to make sure that there aren't employees that are at
Undercutting.
that specific store purposefully making everything like $1 or $2 and then buying it after the fact and like reselling it.
I think their prices should really switch to what they do for clothes now. which is all of a certain type of thing are all the same price, and so like all cartridge-based games are this, or maybe not that specific.
Just video games in general are like $5. Yeah.
Or how about this? Anyone in our local vicinity, don't take it to Goodwill and sell it to us, and actually get money.
Yeah. Don't take it to Goodwill.
Well, you know, I want to end on this segment for this one. I gotta tell this story. Remember when I texted you the other day? So I texted Owen the other day.
Wow, without me?
Hold on. Listen. I asked him if I could get a broken down car, get it wrapped with GamePlayers. I told you.
You texted the group chat.
Yeah.
So I want to get a GamePlayers wrapped car and park it at their donation center.
Like, bring your games here. Don't donate them.
Hey, we do it with the McDonald's.
No,
I mean,
but that's different. That's an actual sign on.
I'll put a sign on the car then.
Oh my
For the
gosh!
side of the car.
Listen, we don't.
And
Owen and I don't condone this.
I don't condone it. Though I do recommend against giving it to Goodwill. I think there are better local thrift shops in the area that you would be better off donating to.
Yes, we won't plug them right now because then they'd be biased.
But
there's
plenty of
There
ones
is.
that are around that I don't know. I just don't trust Goodwill realistically.
Yeah. Cool.
There, you want to do the last segment?
Yeah, I think we should just keep it not short and sweet, but give our opinions.
I mean,
Talk about a couple of things that they released.
yeah, we can keep it relatively short.
Just
but
because
we could go into it probably for a really long time. Keep it to like 15, 20 minute stops.
Right.
Yeah.
So okay, so we're talking about the Switch 2. Let's just,
Yeah.
It's finally.
I mean, it's going to be in the title of this, I'm sure.
We finally actually got to see pretty much everything revealed about the Switch 2 that you would need to know.
Yes. Last time we were talking about it, they just done
the direct, just a regular direct, like a week or two beforehand.
Yeah, it was weird.
Yeah.
It was kind of.
I was trying to think.
It was just a games. It was just a
like
game
mainly third-party
showcase.
games and remakes.
Yeah. It was the Switch review or reveal, like the live stream itself. Actually, I thought was really solid.
Oh yeah, it was jam packed from literally start to finish.
Everything I could have dreamed for and a little bit more realistically. I mean, the only thing is I kind of wanted a new Zelda game, but they revealed Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment. And that looked cool, and then there's a couple other games that I'm excited for, Dustbloods, whatnot.
They highlighted the new Mario Kart. That was their opener.
Yeah.
Yes, I missed the opener actually. I had to go back and go get that.
Yep. They did a weird time for the reveal, but there's probably reasons behind that.
I was going to say, I think it's because for them, they were already like up and at it while we were all like still
trying to wake up.
Yeah.
I did it because I had the day off, I think.
I don't remember.
And I think it was on one of my days off, and I woke up and then it was playing. I was like, oh, I should watch this. And then I was texting the group chat live chat.
Yeah, I know. We were all messaging each other back and forth about it. I mean, yeah, like what Owen said, I was like genuinely impressed with like what they were showing off, the capabilities, the fact that they were like, oh yeah, the screen that you get, it's 120 hertz. I was like, I was not expecting that. I was really expecting, we'll upgrade it to 1080p, keep it at 60 hertz, just cause. But then the fact they're like, oh yeah, now that when it's docked, it can do up to 4K. Granted, that's capped at 60, but the fact that then a lot of their games like Metroid Prime 4, that was the one they were highlighting with 120 hertz, and then the mouse controls. And from what I've heard from a lot of people that actually got to see it in person, that the mouse controls were actually like not stupid. And what's cool is that it just automatically switches. There is no going into a menu, that it's literally, you could just be playing Metroid Prime 4 with a mouse and then switch it over to a controller. And it's like, I thought that was really cool.
I mean, one cool thing is they were showing off use on any surface type thing, which I mean, most mice could if they were that slim.
Yeah.
But the fact that you can use these just on your pant legs and everything. which I've done that with regular mice. It doesn't work very well. But it's cool seeing that because I was thinking when the leaks were happening essentially, and people were like, "This is a mouse." I was like, "How the hell is that gonna work?"
Right,
like,
exactly.
That doesn't seem very intuitive. And also, everyone thought it was just gonna be like the right one or whatever. I think it's both though.
No, it's both.
Yeah,
because
they highlighted that one
wheelchair one.
Yeah, which looks really cool.
It's different.
It's different, and I think there's gonna be more. There's never been dual wielded mice in anything.
Nope.
This is
so that
the first
cool.
real time. I'm sure there's some obscure PC games that use that control scheme, but it's not frequent.
No.
So it would just be interesting to see what comes of that. Though it might be another like the infrared camera and whatnot that the Switch 1 had, that then Labo is the only thing that used it, nothing else.
Well, and I was gonna say they even said like with the Joy-Cons they got rid of the IR cameras on them.
Because Labo is literally the only thing.
Exactly, or 1-2 Switch was the only other thing.
Fair. That's
like,
actually.
That's
it's like the only two things that you could ever use it for, but not a fan of the fact that they're now $90 for Joy-Cons.
In their defense, look at other controllers,
but
and the technology in them.
Yeah,
I agree. We really just need Hall effect sticks or like something, but they already announced that they said they're not.
I was going to say that they supposedly have something that they've worked on to combat
drift. So something that the PS2 used to do, and for some reason the modern consoles don't, is so currently how it works is they when they manufacture them in the manufacturing warehouse, whatever. They take the potentiometers and they adjust it to that controller because everyone's going to be different, so they zero them out there. And then they go to your house and then you play on them for a year or two, and then they drift because they've worn down or the stick box is breaking.
A year or two, jeez.
Yeah, that's
if you're playing like Warzone, I feel like it's sooner. And
2 weeks.
And if you're playing like only like Telltale games, you're probably good forever.
Yeah.
It really just depends on what you're playing.
I still have my original Joy-Cons and my original PS5 controller that came with my systems. I've had them for 4 and 5 years now. So
this is purely like conjectured, like not real or anything. But I seem to have better luck with the first controller I got from system, and then the later ones I buy, they give me issues. But that's like
great. I just got the Last of Us controller.
Keep it in a box.
Keep it in a box. Don't play on it ever. Actually, sometimes like at least the PS4 controllers, I didn't touch them ever, and then they develop drift.
Yeah, because you didn't play with them.
Apparently, that's a thing that happens with PS4 controllers, and I'm upsetting spaghetti about that.
Both my original controller and the other one that I got, they both developed drift. So I had to keep opening them up, clean them out. They'd be fine for a little bit. It would happen again, and it was just a never-ending cycle.
Yeah, I mean, all right. So what I was going to mention though was
oh yeah, I know. Sorry.
With PS2 controllers, every time you plug them in, they sync to that position. They zero out there. They used to do that where they zeroed out every time you plugged in your controller. And for some reason, they don't have like a button that you can just press in like the controller options that just says reset to 0 when it's drifting.
Or you'd think it would just be anytime you wake up the console, then it just does it right there. Yeah.
I have to update my controller every couple of months. Why can't that be a part of it?
I don't understand. And that's even a weird thing to think about, the fact that we update our controllers.
I don't know what they update.
I don't know.
Adding drift.
Yeah, I was going to say.
We patched
your time has come.
We see you haven't bought a new controller in a while.
You're not buying enough Xbox things, accessories. Drift.
Okay, back to the
Switch though.
But I'm very impressed. Like some of the games they were showing off, like the one that really shocked me was when they announced, "Oh yeah, Cyberpunk is coming to the Switch." I was like, I was just very impressed because supposedly I'm seeing from all these people online that it's roughly going to be on par with a Steam Deck, and I don't quite believe that to be true, seeing as what the capabilities of the Switch supposedly are.
At least the original Steam Deck, I want to say this seems slightly better. I want to say.
The only thing I can think of is just that with the Steam Deck being a PC handheld and not being like a dedicated home console, optimizations are going to allow for the Switch 2 to get
with the
performance.
the Steam Deck though, there at least developers could choose to opt in to optimize it for it specifically. Which is why like certain games wouldn't run well on the Steam Deck, and later like a patch would come out and then it worked relatively fine.
Yes,
But with this, it's Nintendo. They're gonna be trying to make sure it's a pretty big player base.
Oh yeah.
As long as enough people get the Switch that are into those type of games, because that's not really a market that they've tapped since GameCube.
And that's kind of what I'm thinking is I still think that the Switch 2 is going to sell well, but I don't think is going to touch what the Switch 1 did. It's like PS2 and PS4, how the PS4, it still sold. It's their second best-selling system in their history, or in Sony's history, but it's just, you're not going to capture lightning in a bottle twice.
I mean, the one weird thing about PlayStation in general, they had a PS1, I think it was the best selling console at the time.
No. Well, at the time, yeah.
And then PS2 came out, and it annihilated every number for a long time. Then the PS3 came out, and it was, overpriced, everything like that, and they had many issues. But by the end of the lifespan of it,
it somehow managed
to take the throne from 360.
By I think it was about roughly 2 million units it managed to eke out.
Which is insane, because for the majority of that,
the 360 but then there's the Wii that was just like a whole like
different level.
Exactly. And I think that's the thing, is that when Nintendo doesn't focus on power, their systems seem to sell extremely well, but then when they do, way to go, they don't seem to sell quite as well. But I am very curious to see how this goes, because it does look like they're trying to target obviously they want to recapture the audience they had with the Switch one, but they're also trying to go after the more, I guess, hardcore gamers by having titles like Cyberpunk or what's another one? Because I know that
Duskbloods, honestly.
Duskbloods, yes.
Still exclusive.
That is going to be huge.
From Software, very hardcore gamer base. Generally,
and they're getting Elden Ring too on this.
Yes, getting Elden Ring looks really cool, and apparently with exclusive things, which makes me want to maybe try it out.
Oh, you can play it again?
I might play it again.
Why not?
Depending on what the exclusive things are, because I think it was shown in the trailer a little bit. It was just skins, possibly, and by skins I mean your horse torrent was white instead of gray or whatever, and stuff like that. I know we need to see that it's actual content before I'm spending $80, $90 on it.
And that's going to be the worst part, is that because they're using brand new cartridges that are much faster than the original, I'm sure that has to do with the price. But it makes me think back to when Switch 1 came out, how the cartridges were expensive to manufacture, so some games would be $10 more on the competition. So it makes me wonder if hopefully over time, and since with the original Switch they seem to be able to figure out the price with that hopefully with these, that maybe $80-$90 games aren't just the norm. But they did also announce that they're going to be doing variable pricing based on what type of game it is, the amount of content and stuff. So Pokemon games should hopefully be $20-$25.
Ha ha ha.
It's true.
No, it's not.
That was awesome.
So yeah, with the whole, I'm just going to defend Pokemon real quick. I put hundreds of hours into all of the new ones that they've ever put out, except for Arceus, because I just really don't like that game.
Disappointed face.
Anyhow, so with their whole pricing structure, hopefully their first party titles are the only ones that are $80-$90. We'll see. I'm really hoping that third party companies don't go down that same route and they go 60 max.
I think that we're going to be seeing it from third parties, because if they see that Nintendo's okay with pricing it at that, they're going to do the same thing. It's just like when I think, what was it, NBA was the first, or the 2K games were the first to hit $70, and then everybody else followed suit for the most part.
I mean, with $70 games though, at least most of the games I've been playing, there's few and far between that I actually end up buying a game at $70. Was Silent Hill $70?
Silent Hill was $70, yeah.
I think that's the only one that I've bought that was $70 because every other one's been like either I ended up just getting on a Game Pass if it was a new game that I was interested in.
Wait, what about Suicide Squad? Did you spend full price on that?
Because
I did, unfortunately.
No, I didn't. I bought it. They had that like it came out and then like a month or two later because of all the hate they like dropped it like $30. I bought it there on like Walmart.com and you could order and pick it up. That's what I did. Because I was not spending that much on that game. I mean, I would have if we, were playing the game.
Well, yeah, if we finished our playthrough,
I wouldn't
someday.
One day we'll finish.
We'll finish it if the servers are even up.
Maybe. But with the Switch 2 and everything, the hardware looks really cool. The games look honestly really cool. The Donkey Kong game.
They look.
I am very excited for
the
Donkey
Kirby
Kong,
game coming now.
Yeah.
Kirby Air Riders.
Sure.
I think it looks cool. Neither have I. I just thought it looked decent. Deskblood's the one I'm most excited for.
I'm excited for that.
It's co-op also. Maybe we'll.
Yes.
So yes, we will. We'll get a Switch 2 to try out because I want to play Duskbloods. Or Duskblood, excuse me, right?
Deskbloods.
Yep.
Yeah.
What was the other one? Oh, GameCube Online.
GameCube Online. At least in my opinion, it's interesting.
Better than nothing.
I'm glad it should mean some GameCube games will probably drop in price.
Yes.
Ones at least that aren't collector's items.
Like,
really.
No, Fire Emblem might drop.
Yeah, I think so. Anyone that wants to have physical isn't going to drop it. If they re-released it physically on the Switch,
Oh yeah, that would definitely.
definitely drop it.
Well, but look at what happened to like Twilight Princess with the GameCube and the Wii. Or even with the Wii U version.
When the Wii U version, because of the Wii U being the Wii U, it didn't really affect the GameCube.
Oh, that's true.
Although I would say, actually no, Twilight Princess went up in value again recently.
You want to do like Super Mario RPG. They did a physical re-release,
and then it dropped the value. And then same thing with Super Mario Sunshine.
That one plummeted too.
Very plummeted in value. Went from like 70.
It was like 100 at one point.
At one point, but it was mostly like 70. And
like I was gonna say 35, now it's down to like 35, 40.
Which is good.
We'll see about F-Zero how that holds up because that one's at like $100 right now or close to that.
And I honestly do think that one might because most people are buying that because it's the only or the best way to play an F-Zero game.
Experience.
And if that's available to people, that one's not necessarily a collector's piece as much as it is a game people just want to play. Whereas something like Eternal Darkness, even if they add it to Switch Online, I don't think that's going to affect the value of Eternal Darkness.
Well, one thing I did check was because we were rewatching the Switch 2 Direct in the store before it closed today with Kirby Air Riders. With the original Kirby Air Ride, it went from a like $60 game and it shot up to $100.
So that happens too. But
buy it now.
Buy it now.
Wait to buy it probably. The thing is whenever they like announce like a sequel or a whatever, it'll hike up in value. But I'm pretty sure we'll get the Switch 2 launch and most likely that's gonna be one of the games on GameCube like that's available. Especially if they're trying to push people to buy Air Riders too. They're gonna want people to know what the gameplay is like and just have the better version on Switch 2. The sequel. Hopefully it's better, not just like a worse version. That happens sometimes with sequels.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean the fact it's called Air Riders instead of Air Ride.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know. I've never played the original, so I don't know if you play as
Mario Kart.
But with Kirby characters.
Kirby. A little bit like it's Kirby Mario Kart, I think, essentially. And I think this one is going to be just more characters. Yeah. I mean, I don't really know anything about Kirby Air Ride besides it looks decent. I'm not that big into Kirby, but I played a couple of them. The best one in my experience is the first one on NES. That's the one I really liked.
Kirby's Adventure?
I was going to say, like, probably the best I've played is Superstar Ultra on the DS.
That one's probably... I like the 2D ones.
That one's a 2D one. I think it's a re-release or remaster, if you want to call it, of Kirby Superstar on the Super Nintendo.
Yeah.
It's really good.
I played like 2 Kirby games. I've also played like Star Allies and then something else, I think. But I remember mostly the NES one being a lot of fun, and then Star Allies was so easy it was like hard to play. If that makes sense.
I like easy games.
I know, but
Yeah, we know.
we know. But with something when it's so easy, it's just like boring to play. Like, have you ever played a game like that? Where like you like get bored because there's like nothing.
I was
challenging.
gonna say every game
Every game,
for him.
like,
Because they're all easy.
but they don't. I don't know. You've had that happen though, right? Where you like you play a game and it's like
Frogger.
Frogger.
honestly, Frogger's not that like easy. Like
Yes, it is.
try to like actually get past like the first level. Like
Okay, let's do it.
like, the first level and then like the next one after that.
Okay, so 2 levels.
Yes.
Okay.
I feel like
How
I
about
tend to
we do
struggle after
Donkey
2.
Kong? The original Donkey Kong. Get past the.
I have
second
never gotten past the
level.
first level of Donkey Kong. I'm not gonna do that.
Ready?
Wow.
I've never played Donkey Kong.
You've never played the original.
Actually, I
Donkey
think I've
Kong?
gotten to the second level, but it's the one when they space out like the
Yeah, you
platforms.
have to get over all the gaps. Yeah.
I just kind of quit after that.
Wow.
But I'm just not that good at arcade style games.
Nice.
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 Was there anything else we want to talk about Switch 2 Direct?
We could go on to speculations, but let's not because it's not worth your time.
No.
Like speculate price, speculate this, speculate who's going to show up on June. Insert date
Fifth.
here.
June
Yes.
5th.
There's a bunch of stuff that's speculative right now. The only thing that I'm actively like is I will be getting a Switch 2. I know that.
Yeah.
But I don't know how many games I'm going to buy because if they're all going to cost me $90, because I'm going to watch a physical copy.
Just wait for it to be used.
Fair enough,
And then
but I'm
watches
going to
it
want.
ends up being more expensive than brand new.
Yeah, I'm going to want at least 1 or 2 games to start.
Mario
And-
Kart and Donkey Kong.
I was gonna say Mario
And
Kart and
Dust
Metroid.
Bloods.
Well,
Dust Bloods is next year, so
Yeah.
We're not getting a Switch 2 till next year.
Yeah, fair enough. I definitely will get Dust Bloods when that comes out. One that I want to play is the Zelda games getting their boost, but I hate buying digital upgrade versions, so I'd want to buy the Switch 2 versions, which are gonna be like hopefully not $90 each.
but the problem is
probably
if you
will
want
be
to play with the DLC with Breath of the Wild, you're gonna have to spend $90. That
I already
is
have the
confirmed.
DLC.
Oh, so then maybe you only have to. Spend
Hopefully they give
whatever
me the DLC on the enhanced version.
No, they don't. That's what I was telling you yesterday. Is
No.
they don't. You don't get the.
No,
DLC.
I'm saying like the DLC from regular will work on the enhanced.
Yeah,
version.
no, it will.
Yeah, that's what,
Yeah.
I already have that,
Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure.
so
that
I don't
it's
need to
going
worry about.
I was just
As much
saying,
as I would like for the cartridge to have the DLC, I already got it, so I'm not personally worried about it, but it sucks for everyone else.
Wow, way
It
to
doesn't
support
have it.
Nintendo.
I-
They're
I've
dying
bought
over here trying to get more money from you.
I know. I mean, you know,
I can't say anything else.
no, they're a good company that make bad consumer decisions. Mainly
Okay.
how anti they are for like emulation and stuff, and I understand why because they started offering more emulation recently, but like. They also don't like fan projects. They also don't like so many
Oh,
other
yeah.
things. They're just so anti
they hate their
the
fans.
fans, really. Yeah.
They hate their fans, but the problem is that the fans like they'll just give them like dude, it's Stockholm syndrome. I'm telling you.
Yeah, fair enough.
It will be
I'll
fun.
still buy every Zelda game that comes out.
Right.
I don't know. Those are at least the ones I will always play until like the franchise is just Breath of the Wild 16, and then maybe I'll be like, oh, this is kind of repetitive now.
At 16.
Yeah.
No, I was gonna say Donkey Kong is really the one title I'm like most looking forward to. Right
The
now.
animation looks really cool. It reminds
Just getting
me.
to destroy everything.
It reminds me of Donkey Kong 64 and how like I haven't played a 3D
Donkey Kong since then. That was
yeah.
the last one.
And I love Returns, Country Returns. So hopefully it's similar between those two because it seems like the style of him is more reminiscent of Returns. They did change the art style and everything, but he just reminds me more of
I think
that
they're
goofy,
with
like
I think with this like whole generation, they're making all the Mario characters look kind of like their old 90s counterparts, like from like Super Mario Kart with the artwork and whatnot, but they're kind of like bringing that to life almost.
Yeah, no,
And I like that a lot.
I do like their art style as being more distinct and everything. It's cool. I just also don't want every game to look like a fever dream necessarily all the time. One every once in a while is good, but every game would be a little bit much.
But the thing I'm most excited for about Donkey Kong is just literally getting to just punch a hole through a mountain. And then look at that. And then it's like, oh no, I got lost. And then just being able to hit a button and just reset the entire map like that is so cool. Mm-hmm. I am very excited to see.
It's Odyssey people, right? It's the people that made Mario Odyssey?
As far as I'm aware of, yeah. And that, it's pretty much going to be Donkey Kong, or Mario Odyssey, but with Donkey Kong.
Which is good, because Mario Odyssey was one of the best Mario games.
And that's what I'm playing through right now, and I think I'm about halfway, so I love it. It's fantastic.
No, I would put that one just below Galaxy 1.
I still have to start that one.
I highly recommend Galaxy 1. It's like fantastic.
I don't like it.
Yeah, no, he just doesn't like Mario.
Oh, that's right. I forgot he hates. We have a Mario.
He doesn't like fun.
I know he doesn't like fun at all.
Yeah.
That's it for the Switch 2.
Yeah, no, really, that's about all. We'll see what more information comes out. We'll see what the definitive price is going to be and everything like that.
It should be all good now because of tariffs exclude electronics.
We'll see.
But I know it's still all set there to be
speculation.
It is speculation, but it's.
I'm just saying. Hopefully, everything will be $450 or whatever. We'll see. That's about it.
Yeah, I think it was good. Good recap of the Switch 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, got a little sidetracked at some parts, but
that's gonna happen.
Anyways.
Anything
else?
I can sidetrack back to the thing. But yeah, no, that's about all we got for you today. It was nice talking to y'all. We'll see you in the next one.
Bye.
Bye.